everyone, welcome to our Accounting 101 course. Today we're going to talk about the accounting equation. This is one of the most important pieces of information that you will learn in your accounting journey. This equation is always true, and it provides the backbone for the majority of what we do. Okay, this is always true. Assets equals liabilities plus owner's equity. This is demonstrated in a financial statement called a balance sheet that we'll learn about here in a little bit. But this equation is always true. No matter what, it's always true. So let's talk about what these mean. What is an asset? An asset is going to be something of current or future value. For example, we have checking accounts and savings accounts. Those are assets. Those are things that have money in them. They're of current value. Those are of value. Those are assets. Okay. Other things that people generally consider assets that you're going to be more familiar with are things like equipment, furniture, vehicles, actual physical, tangible items. So tangible means that we can touch them. Okay. So my desk, for example, is an asset. My computer is an asset. Phones are an asset. If you have a piece of manufacturing equipment, that is an asset. Okay, a vehicle is an asset. All of those are assets. Other examples of an asset would be inventory. Inventory has value, right? So think about the things in the business that you can either take out as cash or that you can convert to cash. Inventory you can sell for cash. Inventory is an asset. Okay, things that people owe us are assets. If I have a customer that I've sold to, and then they are going to pay me later, that is an asset. That is a future value. In the future, I anticipate collecting from that customer. That is what we call an accounts receivable. It is a type of asset. Okay. Other investments can be assets. So we may have somebody that we have lent money to. We consider that sort of an investment, right? We should be getting interest back. So those are loan receivables. We expect to collect on that loan in the future. Those are assets. And then other things like stock, dividends, that kind of thing, those would be assets. Okay, we have stock, that's an investment. Dividends have been declared, we haven't received them yet. That's an asset. All of those items are assets. Something of current or future value. And I'll go more in depth on things later in the courses on what are assets. Certain assets take different types of treatment, but that's an example of what an asset is. Now, liabilities are things that we owe other people or businesses. Okay. So let's talk about common liabilities. A credit card is a very common liability that we see in small businesses. A lot of small businesses have credit cards. A lot of large businesses have credit cards. Those credit cards are liabilities. We have to pay those later, right? We may have loans. For example, perhaps we've purchased some equipment with a loan, or we have a loan against a property that we've purchased. Those are liabilities. We owe those amounts. Okay. Other liabilities that are extremely common are going to be amounts that we owe to our vendors. For example, perhaps I go to a vendor, I buy a lot of my inventory from them, and I say, I would like to buy my inventory. I don't want to pay you right away. I want to pay you in 60 days. And they, do their homework and they say, okay, here you go. Here's 60-day terms. You're going to owe us money in 60 days. And so when I go to buy that inventory, I've received an asset, but then I've also created a liability. Okay, I owe that vendor money. That's a liability. We call those payables. So you'll have a lot of accounts payables throughout the course of doing business if you have terms with anybody. There is interest payable on various things, loans, etc. Those are liabilities. Those are all examples of liabilities. And there's other types of liabilities that we'll go over later in the course. Now we come to owner's equity. And owner's equity is a very odd kind of type of account, it's an odd concept. So when we look at our accounting equation, we have assets equals liabilities plus owner's equity. If you kind of move liabilities over to the other side of the equal sign, we then get assets minus liabilities equals owner's equity. I think this is kind of an easy way to understand it. Owner's equity is an estimate of, if you have all of these assets and you sell them and you get cash for what is on the books, okay, so the value on the books, and you pay off all the liabilities for the exact amount that's on the books, you're left with owner's equity. It's kind of your share of the assets after you pay off your liabilities. So everything gets converted to cash. It is generally an estimate. So the way that we calculate it is not an estimate. There's a very specific way that we calculate owner's equity. I'm going to show you here in a minute, but it's kind of an estimate of what you would get if you closed down the business and dissolved it. That's how I kind of like to describe owner's equity. But owner's equity actually has an equation, and owner's equity is a little bit complex. So owner's equity has a lot of different types of sub accounts that go into it. So we start with owner's contributions. If I go to start a company, I might say I need to put $10,000 into this company. And that's my owner's contribution. And that goes directly into an equity account. So I put $10,000 into the business, it goes into the checking account, and then it increases my owner's contribution. Okay, it increases owner's equity. Then we take revenue, which is money that we've made in the business. Okay, so we have revenue. Revenue is income. Okay, it's money that we're bringing into the business. And so owner's equity is increased by revenue. It is then decreased by expenses. So maybe we've sold so many products and we have made, $100,000 in revenue. But the expenses that we've had to pay, that we've incurred during the course of earning that revenue, maybe was $80,000. So we put $100,000 into a revenue account, and then we have expense accounts of $80,000. And really, our owner's equity is increasing by the net of those two numbers, $20,000. Okay, that's our bottom line. We summarize this amount, this revenue minus expenses, on our profit and loss, also known as an income statement. We'll go over that later. But revenue increases owner's equity and expenses decrease owner's equity. We close these accounts into owner's equity, and I'll show you what that looks like. These three bottom accounts, revenue, expenses, and owner's distributions, these are what we call temporary accounts. We use these to track information through a certain time period, and then we close them out. We take them down to zero, and we close them into owner's equity. Owner's distributions, these are amounts that I take out. This is my share of the revenue. My business has earned $20,000 bottom line. I'm going to take out 10. Okay, that would be an owner's distribution. So these are owner's equity accounts. So when we expand our accounting equation, we can see kind of all the different types of accounts. We have assets equals liabilities, plus, this is our owner's equity section, owner's contributions, plus revenue, minus expenses, minus owner's distributions. It's important that you understand how these different accounts contribute to each other, because this is the backbone, this is the literal backbone to accounting and how we record transactions. This is the formula for everything that we do in accounting. You will use this every single day. And you might say, well, I've never seen this information. I use QuickBooks. This is the whole backbone behind QuickBooks. This is the whole backbone behind Sage, behind any sort of bookkeeping program that you utilize that is double entry, and I'll explain that later. This is the backbone behind that software. This is always, always, always true. If it is not true, something is wrong with your books, okay? Assets always equals liability plus owner's equity. Owner's equity always ends up with these types of accounts within it, okay? So we'll go over what this looks like. I want you to make sure that you understand the accounting equation. So as a review, we have assets, something of current or future value, equals liabilities, which is what we owe other people or companies, plus owner's equity. Owner's equity can be expanded into owner's contributions plus revenue minus expenses minus owner's distributions. These four accounts right here are types of accounts, and we'll record things into these types of accounts as we learn how to record transactions. Okay. This is what the expanded accounting equation looks like. Assets equals liabilities plus this owner's equity section, which is owner's contributions plus revenue minus expenses minus owner's distributions. I want you to make sure that you understand this equation, you've memorized it, you will have to know it by heart. By the end of the course, this will be ingrained into you. Assets always equals liabilities plus owner's equity. Okay. If you have any questions, please let me know. I'm happy to answer any questions. Hopefully this was helpful. Next, we're going to move on to utilizing this equation to analyze and record transactions. From there, once we understand how those transactions work, we're going to assign debits and credits. This is the other backbone behind counting debits and credits. Okay, I will show you a trick with the accounting equation to remember debits and credits. And once you have that, once you have the accounting equation down and debits and credits down, you will be able to go in and troubleshoot anything in those bookkeeping softwares because you'll be able to dive down and see where the debits and credits are and correct any mistakes. This is the backbone to accounting. A lot of bookkeepers, a lot of accountants do not have a solid grasp of this, and it is so, so, so important. I cannot stress the importance of this equation enough. So if you have any questions, please ask. So I will see you guys next time. And thank you so much for watching.